Hey everyone, it's Pastor Dave from St. John in Woodbury, Minnesota. Thanks for checking out today's 5 Minutes of Hope for Tuesday, August 11th. I pray that your weekend was a good one. I pray that your week is off to a good start. And as always, my biggest prayer for you is that no matter what may be happening in our world, no matter what may be going on in your life, I pray that you're filled with peace, with joy, with hope, because you know exactly what Jesus has done for you. Today, as we always do, we have our joke of the day and then a few devotional thoughts on the topic of compassion, which is something that the world desperately needs right now. So first, our joke of the day, and I'm a little nervous about sharing this joke just because there are certain topics I try to avoid. I don't want to upset people, offend people. So one of the areas I try to avoid is blonde jokes. But I was told a good one the other day, and it made me think, maybe I'll share one of my blonde jokes, and hopefully it doesn't offend anyone. Hopefully it doesn't upset anyone. But if it does, you can just send me a nasty email, and that's okay. But like I said, if you are upset by this, I hope you accept my preemptive apology. But hopefully you find the humor in this joke. It's about a blonde girl that was down in Louisiana looking for a fresh, brand new pair of alligator skin shoes. And she really wanted a new pair, but she didn't want to pay a high price for it. And so she's looking at all the shops, all the vendors, all the merchants. But she can't find a pair that is reasonable in price. And she finally gets so upset at one vendor and says, you know what? I'm just going to go find my own alligator. I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to make my own alligator shoes. And the vendor kind of chuckles and says, well, good luck. The next day, the vendor is driving along the highway and looks out into the swamp and actually sees this girl out in the swamp with a shotgun. And he sees a huge alligator swimming right towards her. And all of a sudden, the girl raises the shotgun, shoots, kills this alligator. The vendor is just incredibly impressed. Didn't think that this girl would be able to do this. But all he notices that over on the bank, there's actually a whole pile of alligators. And she's dragging this one over to that same pile. And all of a sudden, the vendor hears her as she flips the alligator onto its back and says, dang it, this one's not wearing shoes either. So there you go. So again, hopefully that didn't upset you if you're a blonde person, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of funny. So that's our joke of the day, our blonde joke of the day. Our first one, probably our last one, but we gave it a shot. So like I said, our devotional thoughts for today are connected to compassion. I want to share with you again a devotion. I read these quite often, but this is from Henry Nouwen, and he writes these words. He says, compassion asks us to go where it hurts, to enter into the places of pain, to share in brokenness, fear, confusion, and anguish. Compassion challenges us to cry out with those in misery, to mourn with those who are lonely, to weep with those in tears. Compassion requires us to be weak with the weak, vulnerable with the vulnerable, and powerless with the powerless. Compassion means full immersion in the condition of being human. And I think that's so important for us. Always, obviously, but especially right now. In the age of the 24-hour news cycle, in the age of social media, with the pandemic going on, and just how it's affected people in different ways. I say especially in how it's affected how we view other people. It's so easy to lose compassion for others, to actually suffer with others, to mourn with others, to grieve with others, to hurt with others. I think right now, maybe more than ever, maybe not, but certainly it feels like it. It seems so much easier to simply criticize others, to put others down, to judge others, to critique others. And Jesus calls us, though, to have compassion. He says instead of judging people, instead of criticizing people, love them, because that's what God did for us first. And again, that's where kind of everything begins, is with the fact that, what Jesus has done for us, with his love for us, his mercy for us, his compassion for us. He says, go and do likewise for others. And so, I think in our fallen condition, again, like I said, maybe more so than ever, maybe not, but certainly it's a very, very real issue right now. It's just, again, so easy to show a lack of compassion, a lack of humanity, a lack of service and love towards others. But again, Jesus says, everything I've done for you, I've shown love to you, mercy to you, compassion for you. He says, I want you to do that for others. And so, again, that's our challenge, I think, today and every day, especially, again, in the world that we live in, is to reserve critiques and instead put in that place compassion, especially for those who are really hurting and going through stuff right now. So, again, God bless you. May He fill you with compassion and love and empathy and sympathy for others, again, as you live out in the grace that He's poured out upon you.